Hi everybody, it's Lung from Lynn's Craft Designs. I'm gonna give this a go. We had storms all night and they just quit literally about 20 minutes ago. My husband went to town to get some coffee and he said town is without power. We fortunately we have our power through the local co-op, and so knock on wood, thank you Lord, we almost never lose power. It has been a couple of times, but really and truly, we almost never lose power. If we do, it's for one of those flash seconds and it comes right back on. But the local Encore is constantly having trouble with their lines, so. This is part of the summer crafting collaboration, hosted this time by Tracy at Mini Scenes GB. And the theme of the collaboration this time is fantasy. So I'm gonna do a fantasy dragonfly. This is actually a brass wire. I could be wrong. Any wire. 20 gauge, I believe copper wire is normal, that would be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna I've already got the bottom wings, I'm gonna do a top wing. Okay, so let's straighten this out. What's sticking to me? Okay. Okay, like that. Now, I can tell already I've got way too much. But instead of cutting it off, we're just going to make it work. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Remembering how much I had sticking out when I did the first one. Okay, now I'm going to take my needle nose pliers and I'm going to way up here at the thickest part, I'm going to grip it between the needle nose and go around a couple of times. Okay. And then I'm going to He-Man it. As you can, which this definitely isn't. Okay, still. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to go down here at the end. I'm going to bend this around to follow that end around. And then about midpoint, I'm going to stick it back off there like that. That's going to be a place to stick it into the polymer clay. Okay, boy, that one really stayed nicely, didn't it? Alright. Okay, now this is the Angelina film. This one, these, is a sample pack. Comes from More is More on eBay. I've bought from them for 20 years. They're a really good, reputable company. So, I don't know what color I want to do. Let's do like... No, I did that last time. Don't want to do the same one again. This feels pretty thick. What is this? It's no color. That's great. Some of these, like I said, some of these are quite old. So this one is the Calypso Blue. I have also used that one before, so let's try to pick something different. I want something that's got a lot on the roll. There we go. What's this? Another no name. Okay, so we got two no names. When you go to the site, there's all kinds of choices. Let's see if there's enough on both of these to do what I wanted to do. Don't throw the tape away. Learn from experience. Okay. Now. Oh yeah, this one's got plenty. Oh yes! Success! Alright. Now, this is one of those a silicone oven mat. And I've got a towel underneath, okay? Because I don't want to use my heat gun right on top of my silicone mat, because not all silicone mats are created equal. Heat gun. So cover your ears. I'm gonna heat it to wrinkling. Okay, you can see the difference in the wrinkled and the not wrinkled. I want wrinkled, so I'm going to continue doing this, and I'm going to do it to both pieces. Although, let's check. I probably don't need all of both of them. And I got them all tangled together. Okay. Okay, really and truly only need a tiny bit more. So let's just continue to do this. this off. And put our tape back on. Okay, and let's do the other piece. And no, then I won't have anything to hold on to, so let's use your head a minute, Lynn. Sleeves up. Now at this point, don't get your heat gun too close, because as you can see, it will wrinkle it up. Okay, now let's check. Okay. Put the tape back on. Now, you have to decide which side you want it bubbled out or okay, that one I want. Okay. Now, right where the attachment is, I'm putting a little hot glue and pressing it between the folded over piece of the silicone mat. Okay, because I don't care about the texture, but I want it flat. Okay. Something just like that. Now my iron is literally on a 2. One of the wonderful things about Angelina film is that they will bond together, okay? So I've put our wire pieces, and I did not mean to fold that over, but I'm guessing we're just gonna go with it. Just making sure that's turned the right way. Really didn't want to iron the wrinkles out, but yeah, these still need a little bit more. So flipping it over. Okay, let's see what we think. I do have asbestos fingers, y'all, so don't try this at home. Okay, those two right there may have wound up a little close to each other. A little bit more on this side, I think. A little border around each one. Now, on those two, I know it's going to be tough. Okay. I'm actually going to hit that with my iron, even though it's off. Okay. Okay, now okay, just something like that. Leave a little all the way around. I'm going to do that on every one. Okay, just 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch all the way around. I'm going to do that on the rest and I'll be back. Okay, now I've got a cigarette lighter. You can use a candle flame. You can use one of those barbecue lighters. I do have those, but I'm not going to use them. Just like the end of a nylon cord. Okay. We just want to sear those edges. If it catches fire, you've got the silicone mat. Just douse it. Okay. Okay, before we get started with the body, let's do a little more to these wings. This is the BS resin. That's just one of the top reviewed ones on Amazon. I got a big bottle of it and just keep refilling. So this is the DecoArt Glamour Dust. Okay, now deciding which is the top and the bottom is the hardest part. I want the swirl to go that way instead of that way, I think. Alright. But on this one, it is going to be a trick. Because no, I do want it to go this way. I'm going to fill a little of that in. And then I'm going to do some drips. I'm going to sprinkle a little Glamour Dust. Okay, more than a little. I'm going to put this under my light. Now I'm going to take my hot glue because I want the dimension of it. And I'm just going to go along that very top edge. and then dunk it in the pile. Pull off the strings. Then I'm going to do the other side. Probably should have put that in a pile again, but alright. Again, excuse my asbestos fingers, don't try this at home. Get the glue strings off. Alright, and then remove any dangling pieces or mash them down. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to pull the strings off of this and then put the rest back in the bag. Okay, I went ahead and ruled out the sections for the Dragonfly. Now keep in mind this is going to be a piece of wall art, so it's all going to be flattened. I've got 2 circles for the eyes. Dragonflies have really large eyes. An oval shaped piece for the head. This is just a rounded snake section that I tapered down to just a little larger than the tail section here. Alright. Now, the tail section evidently has 10 sections in the tail. So it needs 10 different sectioned off spots. Let me see what I think here. Okay, I want it a little flatter. Okay, now, it was unintentional to leave those little indents, but we're just going to go with it. Okay, now, the tail section itself has 3 closer together little sections. This is just my pokey tool. Okay, it's a Sculpey. It's different than this now, but you'll still be able to find it if you don't already have something that will work, which you probably do. Alright. So 3 little sections closer together. Okay, now close enough. If there's only 9, nobody's gonna count. Okay, now Okay, that looks pretty good. Now, the body itself, let's try to turn it where the glitter is downward. Although it's going to get glitter on it, so I don't know what it matters, but okay, now this is just my silicone tool. Okay, now take my pokey tool again. Now, just like moths and butterflies, they don't really have feathers per se, or hairs. I don't actually know what they're called. Although I've done enough research, you'd think I would. Okay, so I'm just gonna okay. Now, besides that it has another little detailed line there. Okay, it also has a flattened out, I don't know, flattened out's really what you call it, but okay, then it's got some okay. Something like that. Okay, that little section in between right here is where the wings come out of. Okay, and also the legs sprout from there. Okay, now, if I give him some legs, they're just going to be little sections of wire. I haven't decided on that yet. But we're just going to go on with our head and our eyes, okay? Now, the head think of a scarab. It's divided at about a 3/4 mark. Okay. And at that 3/4 mark, the eyes are going to go on either side. Now, dragonflies have pretty bug eyes, for lack of a better word. Yeah, like that. And like a spider or a fly, they have what's called compound eyes, which means it's got many eyes in the eyes. So you can do a grid pattern or something. Something like that. Or I probably could have just put my thumbprint on there. Would have been the same difference, wouldn't it? Something like that. Okay, I know it's basic, but then they have mouth parts down here at the bottom and stuff. But we're not going to be worrying about that right now. I'm just going to lift up on this thorax, that's what that's called. And using a soft touch, put that head. Okay, now there is our dragonfly body. Alright, oh, my nose is itching. Now you can add some detail to the back if you want, but like I said, the wings are going to go there. We had a pretty severe storm last night, and y'all ever have those dreams that when you wake up the next morning you can't really put your finger on what you dreamed about, but all day it sticks with you, and just you get little flashes of moments from the dream, and that's what keeps happening. And when the moment flashes in your mind, you still cannot grab it and picture what the dream was about. Man, it's freaking me out. I went years after I had the stroke and open heart surgery. I went years without remembering my dreams. And if y'all have any idea what it's like, I grew up and have always been a very empathic person. My dreams would be very vivid and Oh, I could tell you dreams of premonitions almost. And then to go from that, my whole life, I mean, I would wake up crying, just wishing I could be different and not dream like that, because they were so intense. And then to go from that to not remember. Okay, this is 91% alcohol. I've got these Pinata. This is the Baja Blue. This one is the Passion Purple. And this one is the Rainforest Green. Okay. I'm going to squirt that again. And I'm going to turn it over. Squirt it again. Alright. And squirt it again. Then now you know why I wore the gloves. Alright, now I'm just going to let this dry. Alright. Okay, this is a set of mica powders that I got in a rack from my good friend Cindy. I am going to start with the copper. Ooh, pretty. And I've got this tiny little bitty brush. I'm just going to do his eyes in this copper. Well, I'm going to try and just do his eyes. And I'm not being very successful at all. I thought this smaller brush would help. Alright. That was the Supernova. Now, the green is the Snake Island. And I'm just going to do his head with the snake island. And again, I'm trying to stay on camera for y'all, but it's not easy. Alright, I flattened out the top of his head a bit. We'll see what we can do about that. Alright, now I'm going to switch to my bigger brush. This is from the No Name set. This is listed in my Amazon shop. It's just a generic mica powder. Okay. And last but not least, this heliotrope, the purple. And then I'm going to go over the blue with the purple. And maybe even over that green a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Ugh. I hate that sound. Now I can bake this 275 for an hour. I really like the way that looks. Alright. Okay, now he's out of the oven. This is the Versamark stamp pad, which is just embossing ink. and I'm just hitting the top surfaces. Paper to catch all my embossing powder. Now, this is from Ranger. I don't know if you can still get this, but there are lots of brands that have some sort of poly sparkle, which is normally a violet glitter in a clear embossing powder. Okay, this one is the embossing powder poly sparkle. Okay, now don't worry if you don't have a heat gun, because the wonderful thing about polymer clay is you can just stick it back in the oven. Okay, I'm going to try to get it all over. Okay, here's how it came out. Just glossy with a little bit of sparkle. I hope you can see that. Last thing to do is to put all this together. This is Glossy Accents by Ranger. I'm going to put just to keep from wasting a brush. I don't have a lot of those micro brushes. I do have a few, but I wouldn't use them on something like this. Alright, I'll put the other two and I'll be right back. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Yay! I'm speechless. I love it. I absolutely love it. I did put just a bit of polymer clay underneath his head there to give it a little strength. I recycle whenever I can. And I have a lot of these. My husband used to drink beer a lot, so I got quite a few. But he's quit drinking now, so I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm out. But I've got hundreds, so no worries. I'm going to put that right there on the back for a hanger for the wall. And then she'll be finished. Here it is. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so ethereal and so fantasy. I really had fun with this collaboration. Thank you to Mini Scenes for hosting the collaboration this time. I cannot wait to see what everyone else does. I'm over the moon excited. Alright, there it is. This is just a piece of rice paper that I found when I was cleaning some stuff. And it was folded and all kinds of stuff. So I just saved it. I'll use it for something, trust me. I rarely throw things away. Alright. Thank y'all so much for watching. Like I said, thank you to Mini Scenes for hosting this collaboration, the Summer Crafters. I'm not sure what it's called. Collaboration. I'll check. That was right. Summer crafting collaboration. Oh, goodness. Sometimes I wear myself out doing all these videos. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll have the link below and the playlist for the summer crafting collaboration. Got it right that time. And I'll put mini scenes linked down below as well. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like everybody's video you watch, y'all. Bye for now.